going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast. Coming at you. We got 3 of the 4 gents here with us today. We got Cephs. We got Opal. I'm your host, Nate. And we're going to rapid fire this one. Producers in my ear. We got limited time, and we got a lot of shit to talk about. Yep. Last week, pick records. Real quick, Bobby winning the week. First winning week for Bob. Yeah. Well done, Bob. Bounce back week after a 2-12 week last week.
2-11, I think.
2-11, yeah, something bad. Something bad. You have to try. That's hard. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. Yeah. This week though, Bob, 10-4-2, great week. Yeah. All three of us, 7-7-2, bang on average, which is honestly what you probably expect when you're betting spreads. Like, go 50-50 because they're 50-50 picks, right? Literally. You need luck one way or the other. And then Sage, slowly turning back into the fade. Last week, 6-8-2, only a game behind us. He still has an overall lead. He's 64-53-2. He's got me by 3 games right now. I'm 61-56-2, and then Bobby in third at 59-57-2, and then Addison 52-65-2. He's coming, and then Colin staying at that 28-27 below, but you're coming. We're coming. He's coming. 45-72-2. Hard to find. I will say, tied for the lead in Mortal Locks now officially. I have slipped up. I've died twice. Yeah, that's the keys. Me and Colin both 5-3.
Gotta find whatever battle I can win and make that one matter.
And get that one count, that's right. Sage is 3-4-1. Bobby is 2-1 after a winning week. And then Addison, 1-6-1.
So you're taking Philly.
6-1. Yeah, you gotta go Philly Mortal.
Holy, it's
1-6-1. But hey, a push. Yeah, a lucky push, honestly, because the Jets... Before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to give a special shout out to today's sponsors, starting with Gold Fine and Bowles, Lawyers for the Injured. Personal injury, workers' compensation, those are their 2 things, but any sort of legal advice, they're the people to call. Give them a phone call, 309-673-5144. Tell them we sent you, okay? And I'd also like to shout out SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video as well. Use promo code PlaybookSports on their website to get $20 off your first purchase of $30 or more. Let's get back to the video. Real quick. How do they get to spot their own ball, but Dallas doesn't in the playoffs? What are we doing?
I saw that, bro.
What are we doing?
Like, did a ref give the center of the ball?
No, he ran up. As he's falling away, he flicks it with the finger.
Dude,
it's like, what are we doing?
These refs do that for every single team where they give maximum.
You see, we got the ref shoving Dak in the bag,
pushing it out of the way. I have to hold the ball and set it. That center was allowed to set his own position.
Exactly.
Right?
No, exactly.
The center was allowed to place the ball wherever he wanted to, and then the ref just grazed it as he ran by and let him get it off. That game should have been over. Giants should have won.
Good on them, I guess, for getting to a field goal to win it and then winning it all.
But also good on Graham Gano for missing a chip shot field goal to win the game.
Yeah. So we said it.
Yeah, Gano.
I just, field goals. Go for it, though, because I understand the field goal gets you more than a field goal lead. They have to score a touchdown. I get it. Hypothetical. It's way less likely they score a touchdown with a little time, no timeouts. Don't care. Go for it. End the damn game. 4th and 1. You're literally inches away or whatever it was. It's like, please, drop a play. Keep your offense out there. Instead, field goal. You never know what happens.
Never know. Right.
And then just some weird shit. And good for the Jets, though, because that was a wild one.
That was a I feel bad for the fans that paid money to go watch that football game.
Ugly.
The Giants had negative passing yards for the day, which is really bad. And the Jets' offense just couldn't move the ball against the Giants, who stink. It was just an ugly football game all around. Battle for MetLife Stadium. They can keep it. Midlife. Yeah. If they're lucky, midlife.
No, that seriously was horrendous. G-Men just bye-bye. Dabble. I mean, I know he had a good year, and it's not like you're going to fire a guy after one game, but this is just a sour taste in the mouth. And
yeah, it hurts. They're struggling. He's mad at him. I mean, we're playing Tommy DeVito at quarterback, who has no business being in the league. Illinois guy, no business being in the NFL at all. He had his first pass completed was for negative yards at overtime. That's not pretty. That's not how you win a football game in the NFL.
No.
But last week, Colin Locks, 2-1. We're on an 11-4 run. The only one that missed. Talk to us.
I don't got much to say.
Not a whole lot to say.
I mean, Detroit over team total 27.5. They have a possession earlier. I believe it was first half at this point. Still fumble inside the 5-yard line. Okay, whatever. We'll get there. Plenty of time.
Yep, Raiders stink.
And then you get a 26-yard field goal to, I would like to say all 3 of us make that 26
probably.
Field
probably bang it through and
misses it wide.
Tough.
So they sit 26. That chip shot hits it, and you go 3-0 on the week.
3-0 was big on the Lions, and they looked the part.
Yeah,
obviously
the Raiders looked the part too for you.
Yeah. Wow.
All the punts. Raiders stink. Speaking of the Raiders, Josh McDaniels canned overnight. Al Davis said, I'm going to do this at midnight. Come here, let's talk. You're fired. Him and the GM.
Both.
Honestly, they should have traded Devontae Adams yesterday. Because why not? What are you doing?
I get it. Because you want to think, oh, maybe if we keep this guy, our offense can be prolific. Just maybe next year, it's like, nah, man, it's too late. This guy came here for Derek Carr, and he got benched last year. That's how down bad things were. You got to get rid of. I mean, obviously they did, but getting rid of McDaniels. The Bears game against the Raiders, they're down 3 scores with 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go. I get why he's not playing. Devontae Adams on the bench, helmet off by himself.
Yeah, he wants out. He wanted out
for minutes, and it's like I'm just assuming that starts sooner and sooner each game coming up. Because eventually it's just going to be, man, I'm tired. He was tired of it last year.
Yeah.
Talking all, man, I come from Green Bay, winning culture, we got to change this.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and it's like, instead, man, no, you're really, you're screwed. And I will say I like the Raiders at least saying there's no chance in hell. Because I don't want players to have obviously total control, trade my ass. But he went there to try to win. He went there to try to win, and they've let him down on that. It's like, come on, man. And you could get something for this guy. Really instead, now it's like, let's keep an aging player for us to be terrible and then lose all value of him.
Yeah. I mean, Devontae Adams was going to stroll into the Hall of Fame as a backer. Going to stroll in. And now it's like we're going to have a sour taste in our mouth of this guy at the end of his career because he's not putting up numbers. Yes, his team stinks. But at the same time, like, he chose the Raiders. And I saw Emmanuel Acho said it yesterday. It's like, you didn't sign with Derek Carr. You signed with the Raiders.
Yeah, I know.
You're here, bud. Yeah. Welcome to the show. You chose to go to a franchise that has had more 10-loss seasons than any other franchise in the Browns in the last 20 years. The Raiders. Only the Browns have more 10-loss seasons than the Raiders. It's like, you chose to come here. And what do you expect?
Obviously injuries, but it's like, what happened if Derek Carr has an Alex Smith leg?
Right.
You know what I mean? Injury, and it's not like a benching situation and he gets out of town. It's like, so then what?
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's
like, you can be bitching about that. It's like, no, that's a good point.
You know?
You decided to go to a
chose
team
to go to them.
is known struggling
Yes.
and for a while. You know what I mean? It's been years since relevancy for them. So.
Yep. And I don't know if Josh McDaniels had been hired before they got Devontae Adams. I know it was probably close. Probably. Yeah. I mean, because it was in March when they got him. It's like, what are you looking at here? Josh McDaniels is not an NFL head coach. We saw it already. Yeah. We've seen it again. Good thing he's been fired because he's not a good head coach. He just doesn't get it.
I saw the notification on my phone, and literally the first thought was, how long until he's in New England?
Yeah.
He won't be in New England calling plays eventually.
Yep. Offensive specialist.
Yeah.
Maybe
Bill
not this year, but
O'Brien
give it
will
to
get
Bill.
fired or he'll get moved.
For the rest of this year, but then it'll be 100%.
No, he'll be coaching week 13. By week 13, he'll be in New England.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I bet Bill's already been on the phone with him this morning.
100%.
Like, listen,
quarterback coach, quarterback assist specialist, CG quarterback.
Come on in. He'll be back, and that's where he'll stay and where he should stay.
How much money do the Raiders have on fired coaches they're still paying?
They signed him to a 6-year deal last year.
That's just insane.
This is his second year as head coach, and it was a 6-year deal, and they're just like, nah, we're done.
Yeah, we're going to pay you 200 G's a month to fuck off.
To just go away and never come back.
Yeah, and Gruden was also $100 million.
So much money gone. Yeah. I mean, Al Davis is just kept paying these fucking coaches to go away. It's like, buddy, you should have just kept Rich Bisaccia. He was great for them at the end of the year, or 2 years ago. Disappointing. Josh McDaniels not a head coach. He fooled them. Hopefully he doesn't get another chance because he doesn't deserve it.
I heard they had like a second-round pick offer for Josh Jacobs too, and it's like, why are you holding on to Josh Jacobs?
Right,
you didn't want to pay him anyways.
Right.
You had the opportunity, and he's been nothing good this year. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
And so it's like you can get like a second-round pick's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
It was funny because he had 50 yards in like the first half against the Lions, and I'm sitting there talking to George, and I go, this is his best game of the year so far.
He's playing great.
Yeah. He's having a terrible game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is his best game, and
best
it's just.
Game of the year.
That's the Raiders' offense. Hopefully this fixes something because, I mean, it was horrendous.
Yeah. I'm interested to see who they appoint as the interim head coach for this upcoming week because
Antonio
they're going to
Pierce or something. He was like a linebackers coach or something like that. And
they're going to win. They're going to beat. They're going to win. That's just how it goes. You fire a coach, their interim coach comes in, and you win games. That's how it goes. Ask Jeff Saturday.
The G-Men.
The G-Men in Vegas. They're going to win. They're going to win.
The Raiders know about that. The Raiders have the worst losses to Jeff Saturday's first game, and it's a couple more I saw, and it's like, man, they really do lose to some trash opponents.
Terrible opponents. They're just a bad football team.
Yeah.
But 2-1 on the locks, 11-4 run, still absolutely crushing it. Sage is sleeper. Sage not here with us today. Sage had 2 plays last week that I wanted to talk about. Juwan Jennings was his guaranteed touchdown. Did not get targeted one time. No targets. I don't even know if he played, honestly. So hopefully you didn't listen to him on that one, but hopefully you did listen to him on Trey McBride. 10 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Stud step in for Zach Ertz last week. I saw he was kind of the trendy pick.
Yeah.
But he was still not rostered in 25% of leagues. Stepped up, had a big tight end one type week for them. So good on him. Nice job, Sage. We'll take one every week.
He had like 14 targets.
Yeah, they were beating him the ball. And I bet you he still gets fed with Clayton Tune stepping in to be the new QB. Because apparently they're just not going to play Kyler, who's healthy. They're just not going to play him.
If it's not Kyler, I'm going to be so salty. I'm going to be so salty because Gannon's answer in that presser or whatever So it's not Dobbs. Well, if it's not Kyler, it'll be Clayton Tune.
Clayton Tune was named the starter for this week, as far as I know. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with that, but either way. Opal, outrageous takes. We said something about Fields, which is obviously a season-long, career-long one, so we can't judge that one yet. But Scorigami happened. Nailed it.
Come on, just
if
felt
you could
it
bet, yeah, you knew it.
I mean, honestly, though, but it's just like, I don't know what it was. It just hadn't happened in a while. You know, I hadn't seen it and felt it, and it's like, man,
you're like, I think it's coming. I think it's coming.
Guy. I see that trending on Twitter, Scorigami. I'm like, no shot. Cowboys game, Scorigami, Scorigami. Give me the Scorigami, please, just as much as I can. Very cool to see. It's just there's only so many they can get in the NFL.
No, it's just there's only so many.
It's still happening.
Yep, and you correctly called the week it happens. That's awesome. Well done.